Alrighty. Let me figure out some audio stuff. Hey, Cinderin, thanks for coming by. So I was like, oh man, let's look at some meta decks, and I can play some different decks from the meta. I can kind of plan for my Sovereign of Subways event on Saturday, and then always be running is RIP. So we're gonna look at Cobra real quick. Oh, it's not Cobra anymore. It's tournaments.null signal games. Hey, let's go. Meta is 25 out of 90 R plus apparently. I honestly don't believe it. But I've been wrong about UK Nats having the meta right in the past. So standings: PD, R plus, R plus, R plus, R plus, Op, R plus, Ag, HB, Outfit, Jebison, Mirror Morph, R plus, Ag Fusion, Op. Hey, Baram Wu. Yeah, just T dot will work. Yeah, you know, it's like... So you look at the ID breakdown, and it's like 27%. It's like... What is this? 27 out of 90? Oops. So that's like a third of the field. And then we have 16 out of 90. So like a 16th of the field. And then you would look at Worlds, and it was like almost the same... like the same ratios, but like Sable had like twice the conversion rate. And you know, to some extent what I suspect this is like Rhoda wins the event on Sable PD. And then a lot of other good players just bring other stuff. You know, Dan playing Kit, I think if you asked him, Cable Carnage, I think this Kit deck was a bit of a meme, but it is probably the best. I think this should be the deck that wins Deck of the Week, in my opinion. I know other people have published other really good decks, but this is a great write-up. And I should probably play this deck because I'm the Shaper player this weekend, and I should probably see what other Shapers are out there. Though actually, I think I'm a little bit more interested in playing some Corp, because I think people have been improving on the Op builds quite a bit. Though immediately I see a Maryland campaign as an influence spend, and I'm pretty suspect. But maybe it's right. Augustus, what were you playing? Let me see if I can find you. You were playing Hoshiko? Yeah, that makes sense that you were eating it all of it, probably. Yeah, I mean, this is so in on Fast Advance that, like, it makes sense. I just am gonna miss not having, not having envelopment. I think envelopment is like, it's basically one of the only taxing ice in the whole game right now. And I think it's great for that. And I like having a little bit of tax, but well, this seems like a pretty good start, at least. I am gonna make a couple. There's a couple changes I want to make, though, when I look at this. Not that many, though. The Thimble Rig, well, you know what? I have not played with Thimble Rig. So let me actually play with Thimble Rig, and I'll see how much I like it. Because to me, if I don't want to spend 2 influence on my 2 coster slot. Yeah, Augusta, I don't know why people moved off of it. Like, maybe it was people being scared of the Arasana matchup where they just land the Hush on it. And like you just suffer. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. The Crisium Grid here, I'm going to be honest, it feels very, very techy to me. And I'm not sure, maybe you do need it, but it's like one of those cards where it's like, I don't actually want to draw this. Like, I almost wonder if the Thimble Rig influence would be better spent on a Sprint. Which is one of those cards I'm always kind of looking at. Man, this is an awkward-ass draw, though. I think I'll show you a Mavirus so that I can get my ice down without caring. Yeah, the thing to me, Crisium is it's trying to be deep dive tech, but it's really hard for this to function as deep dive tech, I think. Because I actually don't feel like you're that afraid of diversion after about turn 1. We're pretty sad here because we've missed all of our econ as well. Got 3 hedge funds, 3 extracts. Oh, this is playing Maryland instead of... Yeah, that's kind of my thought as well, Ben. So I'm going to probably... Look, to me, that's a card I want to cut. We're going to lose the slash and burn here, but it's fine. Oh, yes, that's the wrong spot for my camera. Thank you. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's... Because actually, like, it's funny. If I could just, like, purge... and get the Regolith mining license, I'd be really happy here. I guess I could have purged to get the Maryland last turn, and maybe that's the right call. So I think it's gonna go R&D. You can see the ice wall, that's fine. And we're gonna click for 2. I can see Crisium just being an overaction to deep dive Sable in the UK. Yeah, it could be. Oh, yeah, because I missed Bahrain's comment. It helps you against the ESA matchup. No, I think border... Like, it's actually against ESA, you just put a border control on HQ, a border control on R&D, and they can't really win the game. They kind of need to get a certain number of those triggers off. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing nothing but frickin' fast advanced tools. And no agendas. Okay. So I think I can maybe just throw this Kali testing in server 1. I don't need it though. Ugh. What is my sequencing here? I also can't res this ice. I'm just gonna ditch the Crisium. I think Thimble Rig is the S attack. Oh, because they just don't have two ways to break it. I think I might just click for a credit here. Yeah, so you just go Thimble Rig and a second ice on HQ, and just they really can't break it with Lamb Begamot twice. That makes sense. Yeah, I think also, like, I would almost think about, if you're worried about mulch, just playing 3 magnets is probably not the worst, because that deck, like, it's already probably... I feel like it should be an okay matchup with 2 magnets, 3 viruses for you, and, like, border controls. Like, you've got lots of tools, it feels like, against a mulch-style deck. I think my opponent's supposed to trash the Maryland here, so I'm going to assume they do. It's a weird read of this draw to try and get the Spin Doctor this way. Nope. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this would be a reason... Like, I think this Fast Advance op, like, it's clearly the op that people are playing a lot of. I really like my Seamless Off-World Office Oaktown op. I think that deck got exposed a little bit more, but... So it's maybe not correct, but I also feel like it's just an archetype that's not super explored. So it's a little bit tricky to evaluate. Because I think just frankly, you don't actually need to Fast Advance against... You just don't need to Fast Advance. Like, it's... I almost feel like it's going all in on Fast Advance feels a little bit... like you're hurting yourself for no good reason. Like, you can do other things. I just sort of wish they had run this Whoredom. Well, I think I'll be alright. We can trash the Ice Wall here. Azef. We hit a Hermes, that's pretty good. And we hit an Amakua. That's fantastic. Okay. I could put a border control on HQ. I think actually, though, I want the border control on server 1, probably. That will take away all my credits. So they definitely run the Maryland there. I almost wonder if I just put the Tithe on the Maryland campaign. But I feel like border control on server 1 is just pretty winning. Yep, Katorga's pretty good. So we'll get back the Slash and Burn and the Ice Wall, I think. The one thing I would kind of like to have seen this deck is actually a Malapert Data Vault. I think it's a pretty solid card. And we could have trashed the Maryland, gotten a Malapert Data Vault, then fetched an Extract. Which is like a huge amount of value for us. Okay. What did they pull back? They added Hermes back to their hand? Interesting. I think I still just put the Thimble on R&D. You can see that. I will take 2 credits. Actually, you know what? No, let's undo that. Click. We're going to put the calibration testing in server 1. The Katorga makes me think this is like a CTZ style deck, but usually the CTZ style deck, you're not like... I didn't think you were playing career fairs in the Worm, but maybe I'm wrong. My opponent letting me have this Maryland campaign is very, very good for me. My one costers are Ice Wall and Tithe. Oh, hey Ed, welcome to the good side. Though I say that as someone who shells out double-digit dollars, right? I get to YouTube, so where do I want this ice wall? We'll put it on the remote. Oh, beautiful. This is what you like to see. Solves all of our econ problems. But man, yeah, if we had a Malapert, we'd be triggering twice here. Winchester on HQ, I feel like it's just gonna shut down my opponent's ability to interact with me very much. Yes, we're gonna lose the ice on HQ. We're probably gonna or lose the the ice on R&D. I don't think I mind too much. I think Thimblerig is probably the more valuable because we now, opponent now knows this is a worthless upgrade. But oh, I need to get this Halfren in the bin. When did I draw this? Yeah, this is like one of those things where it's like, man, if I could play a sprint, I'd be real happy. Let me shrink myself a bit more so that you can see the agenda point counters. I feel like that's probably now I'm gonna be okay. Just snug myself right in there, maybe. Okay. Maker's Eye. Okay, so this is the worm. And we're probably going to lose 2 points here. Maybe even more. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, the thing that's actually unfortunate is that we don't get to score for a couple of turns. Hey, Bink Bonkle. I really kind of need to just draw and extract here, I think. Amakua, okay. So this is just going in for the Amakua counter. 1 credit, but they've got lots of credits available. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you asked for an extract, and here it comes. So I'm going to, I think, extract this ice wall. Get a... do I get the Rashida or the Spin Doctor? Let's get the Rashida. Put her in server 1. We'll put the Whoredom on server 1. And we'll put the Sandstone on R&D. Now, there's probably a reason to put the calibration testing down, but again, like, it's only useful really for fetching the Tucana, which is, like, part of the reason I'm always a little skeptical of it, right? This is 3 influence, this could be a Manic Arm. And my opponent consistently having 2 clicks is not a thing that happens. But then at the same time, it's like, well, that Manic Arm influence could be spent in other places. So it's a little bit tricky. Oh, do I just lose on a single here? It's actually decent odds, right? It's a 11 agenda deck. So 6 and 27 is about a 1 and 3 that I lose. Is that right? Divide by 6. Oh no, it's like a 2 and 9 chance, which is about a 1 and 3. So we're going to trash Rashida and we're going to shuffle first because I'm really just trying to find, my god, you're kidding me, an agenda. Okay, so we're going to put calibration testing in server 1. You can see that. We're going to play a hedge fund. We're going to put a border control on R&D. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good evening. I just need... Give me 1 second, I gotta remind my wife of something. Alright. Don't know if I actually muted myself, but anyway. Okay, Winchester. So, I absolutely don't care about diversion here. I would love to have a virus, to be honest, but it's okay. I might even just purge if I don't get anything else. Like 11 credits is plenty to actually win the game from here. Border control into my virus is great. Oh, I have my other Tucana in hand, so I can't actually search for it off of the pinhole hit here. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, Ed, I'm sorry to hear your day's been kind of rough. That sounds pretty tough. So how have you modified the card's name run images? So this is all through a Firefox extension, that you can't see, called Cyberfeeder. I found it on GLC, and I am forgetting the name of the person who very kindly made it, and I will have to go and get that for you. So the big thing here is I just need to overdraw so I can get this half run in the bin. Okay, is this border control Hordem safe? I think it is. So we're gonna go for the aggressive line. Tucana and half run I think are better in the bin than in my hand. The reason I think this is pretty safe is they can do this. They then break the border control. So I have two options here, and I need to decide which is better. I can get a sandstone, or I can get him a virus. The virus line does lose to them having exactly Boomerang in hand. Sandstone loses to them having a Barrier Breaker in hand, which I don't think they have. So maybe that's the correct line. Yeah, I would prefer the Mavirus line, to be honest. Rahai is the name, thank you. Okay, so if I go advance, audacity, I can score. We will put a ice wall on archives. Ooh, and then we lose on R&D here. So I'm supposed to have actually put that ice wall on R&D. Yeah. Credit. Oh, interesting. Do I pull the agenda here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's so many agendas left in the deck. I think I kind of have to. Got an Above the Law, an Ozef, an Atlas. Doesn't really matter which of these I score, so we'll just grab Above the Law and do no further actions. So 50-50 of grabbing out of my hand, I guess, which is not ideal. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling not getting the virus out. Okay, do I put the Maryland campaign in the remote? Let's click to draw here. I'm going to click to draw a second time. And I will put the Maryland in the remote. Right? Yeah, this ice wall 100% should have gone on R&D. Yeah, them ripping 3 points off of 7 accesses in R&D is a little tough. Yeah, it was a bad turn. It was definitely a bad turn. Let's put back Stavka and they're not going to run archives this turn if I do this shuffle. Audacity. They don't even need to use this here. Interesting. I wonder if I was supposed to just purge that turn. That's what I was supposed to do, wasn't it? Yeah, purging probably was just better there. Yeah, purging was much better there. Don't know why you trashed the Takana here. Okay. Can't fast advance. Okay, what I'm gonna do is first going to extract the Whoredom to get him a virus and put it in server 1. Then we're gonna rest the Spin Doctor to try and get agendas into my hand. And put a border control on server 1, I guess. I'm definitely playing this wrong. Yeah, it was just install above the law. Why was it not just install above the law? What was my turn? What the fuck did I do? Did I draw into the extract? No, I didn't. Wow, I'm just like throwing this for no reason. Okay, I still have the thimble in the deck, so I will go get that. Oh no, I won't. Okay. Yep, and then let's ice up R&D. Okay, well, we'll get there in the end because we missed some lines. But I think we're all good. Got that op rain melt. No, Honestly, I've been tired for the last like couple of days, so I'm not too surprised that I'm playing a little bit poorly. There's also just not a list I'm super comfortable with, even though it's like 90% a list I play. Like the difference is like I don't play ice walls, and I play more tempo positive agendas and fewer like tempo negative agendas. Because I think in general OZF is slightly tempo negative, even in op. There's like one good trade down, and that's like usually a 5 to 4. What is my opponent thinking here? I'm not sure. But they can pay a lot for the honor of this Katorga breakout. So I'll use the Movirus here. I probably am not supposed to use the op ability, so I can use the border control to get a magnet. But my opponent can't actually present enough threats here, so I'm okay either way. But yeah, technically, if they were doing this a click sooner, I'm not supposed to use the Movirus trash so that I can pop border control for another piece of ice on the critical turn. Yeah, a single Malapert data vault in this list would be just pure gas. I feel like that would do so much more than a Chrysium's ever going to do for you. Because just getting your extracts or the piece of ice you want to install to set up a chain. I mean, I think it's like Malapert basically says, turn a Maryland campaign into an extract, which seems very, very good. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this list is... it is so much the list I have been running all year, but probably slightly better on average. We're gonna win on... like, we should have won last turn. Let's do hostile... a virus. You could argue to put back another Audacity, but it doesn't really matter. GG. Okay, 15 turns, that's much too slow for this style of deck. Ugh. My goodness. Okay. So if I was to make changes to this, I would make, like, I would cut the Chrysium grid. I'm not convinced by Thimble Rig, but I'll leave it in for now. 2 Sandstone. I'm also not convinced by Maryland, to be honest, but like, I would just do this exchange first. Like, this to me just seems much like a significant improvement, just getting a single Malapert in there. I've been told that you want 3 Audacities, and to me that's probably the third Sandstone. Something like this feels okay. No, we're gonna cut the Tithe instead. I think 15 ice feels probably like enough. And we'll go and give this one a spin. But, like, also, that was just me playing that. Like, none of the cards changes would really make a difference there. Gargamel. Alright. Grugbane Runner. Biker Lat. 4 and 3, 7th. 4th and 16th. Oh, I want to keep this hand. I really do. But this hand feels much better. Hedge fund. Okay, so there's a couple ways I get really punished here. HQ mark is one of the primary ways I get really punished here. Diversion would be the other way. With virus, I don't mind too much. Like, it's a bummer to lose, but not the end of the world. Diversion, I actually can sort of recover from. So next turn just looks like install Malapert, install Azef, install another piece of ice. And just say you can't win on centrals fast enough. Yep, this is a very good run. And this is obviously where Ice Wall outperforms Envelopment by a significant margin. Holy frickin' moly. Okay. So I think it's just Tucana in server 1, Azef in server 1, Malapert in server 1. We're gonna just have a good old time. This is a goofy ass looking server. Okay, interesting to run this so late in the turn, but that's fine. You do you. Okay. This is Cobra Bubbles, which is probably a slight modification of Jackmaids. I don't know that Dan did not publish his list. Is it Sandstone or Magnet here? It's probably Sandstone. Oh, this is fine. Okay, so we're gonna go Res Malapert, Res Tucana, advance, 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 score, trash the Sandstone, we'll install a 2-coster from my deck. I think that's gonna be a Maryland campaign in a new remote. We're going to use Tucana to put a border control on server 1. And then we're going to use Azef to do 2 damage. We need a flip switch. That's great. We'll search R&D for an extract. And now my opponent can use the Hermes trigger. Yeah, Salamir, we eat the ice. It's like, ideally I would have had another card on the board. But you take what you can get sometimes. I think next turn, if the Maryland campaign lives, I'm just going to extract it down. get myself an ice wall. And I might try and draw up a little bit. Ooh, that's great. Yeah, so we're just going to go extract. We'll use this. We will get an ice wall. We'll put it on R&D. I'm going to draw. And I'm going to draw. Oh. Yeah, I think Malapert's just the best one coster in the format right now. I could have potentially actually extracted the Malapert for a Rashida. Is that all three of my viruses gone? Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some shuffling there. But that's okay. Just don't hit it. Thank you. No, come on. You're not gonna hit it. Okay. Install, advance, ice it up. So they are actually in here, I think. Yeah, they're very in here. Oh wait, I guess they're not. We're fine. I ended up putting a Trank Grid in for World's Last Minute and really liked it as a one-cost tutorable and op. I mean, that was basically my feeling around Vovo Ozzetti, is it's also a really good one-cost tutorable and op. You know, like being able to move it around because I wasn't all jamming every turn, but I probably was able to get some value out of the ice. Okay. I think I do just have to fire the border control here, which does stink. But we make my opponent spend 2 credits first. We're going to end the run. We will search for a 3-coster, and we'll put a Sandstone on HQ. Trank felt better? That's good to know. Let's go... I think it's triple advance. Is it triple advance? Or should I... Yeah, I think it is just triple advance. Tucana is going to get me... What is it going to get me? Oh, I'm supposed to discard the Audacity there. Because I'm not going to need 2 Audacities. Kind of by definition. Okay, I don't think I mind too much my opponent taking a single here. We're taking a turn off, which is unfortunate. Oh, Stavka's very good, though. And so my opponent gets one turn to play, and then I get to go and be mean to them. I think I've gotten enough value out of these cards that it's not too bad to lose them, and I've got 2 fast advanced pieces in my hand. So it's mostly actually, the game is mostly an R&D right here. So it's probably going to be extract the Ice Wall for a Spin Doctor. Because I actually need to get the viruses back in my deck, I think. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay. So it's Stavka on R&D. And do I just dictate a click or do I play Hedge Fund? It's probably better to play Hedge Fund here. Because I've got Fast Advance Closer here. The flip switch down is probably the only real tech against Stavka half run. Opponent can't really run on archives, which just feels good. Alright, so start of turn, its border control virus goes back into R&D. Well, I'm a little punished there. But not super punished. Oh no, I just win. Right? I win unless there's 6 points on, or 5 points on top of R&D. But I feel like my odds of winning are pretty good. If my opponent has Deep Dive, they can Deep Dive here. But the fact that they played a Bankroll makes me think they don't have the Deep Dive in hand. They would also need... What else would they need? Yeah, they would need a pretty good turn to be able to get the Deep Dive off. I think they were supposed to go... Oh, they were supposed to use Nuka there. And then they might have actually been able to get the Deep Dive. So if they go click 1 Nuka, click 2 run R&D. Get their click back. Click 2 again, play a Boomerang. Click 3, run HQ. Click 4, pop Wheels. Click 4 again, run Archives. Click 5, they can do it. They can get off a Deep Dive, but they would have to also steal off the R&D run to get there. But yeah, I mean, this list feels good. I don't know that it feels... So, where's the one I had been playing? Not this. Like, this is what I've been playing, and like the only thing I know is like it needs to go minus a seamless plus a half run. And this list is a little bit slower, right? Because it's playing Oak Towns and Offworlds, but I think it's turn 1. Turn 1 and 3 are a little bit more consistent. But I don't know. I think probably being more fast advance is good if the meta is... Well, maybe if everyone's on mulch, this is better. I think probably swapping the Tithe into a Ice Wall makes sense. I'm not running Ozefs because I actually have been finding them pretty tempo negative. But it's definitely something I could play with. It also might be that the Managarm influence should get spent on other stuff. Like the calibration testing, right? But, I don't know. We'll see. Let's go and grab one of these lat decks. Actually, no. Let's snipe Andre and play next week's deck of the week. This week, so you guys can all go and tell Andre that it's old news. Hey Ed, couldn't chat for some reason, but last game was brutal, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, it was just sort of, the deck just has those sort of draws where it just kind of steamrolls and doesn't have a lot of vulnerabilities. Which, like, I should go back and watch that replay and we can kind of see if there's stuff the runner should have been doing. Because actually, something I need to do more of is replay analysis of myself. Because I'm definitely, like, I know I'm a good player, but there's a couple reasons I think I'm not a particularly great player. And, like, I make a lot of mistakes. And I think they're starting to get fairly subtle, but they're not always. I mean, this hand just seems like it kicks ass. We don't have, I think it's Gamble, Casts, Creative Commission. There's an off chance that they're a little flooded, but this actually reads to me more like they're, I mean, they could be big deal, they could be punitive. Let's try and get a little bit more info out. Okay, so this is big deal. Do I just spark and run server 1? Okay, well, I spark and don't run server 1. No way do I die to a double punitive here, right? What's our third operation here? There isn't one? Okay. What do you... Is it Miss Bones, Ed? Because I feel like Miss Bones is just the solution, right? Is it wheels then? That's the other one. I feel like that would do it. K2CP turbine and propeller also feels sick. I think I just overclocked the wage workers here after I draw. What's laundry R&D here? It's like only 4 to break a gatekeeper. I have already forgotten what that card was. I'm such a buffoon. So I'm going to do wheels. We're going to clicklessly run server 3 just to get the spin doctor popped. I actually think I might trash this wage workers. Because now I can go overclock server 1. Oh goodness, no. Mache is not going to be the solution. I sure hope you're not going to try and sell me on Mache, Ed. Wheels is in. I think it's on quite a bit. So that's already a code gate. So we will match and fully break the tier. Okay. You're not going to res a second tier on me. Yeah, I'm calling a mulligan there on the finishing that run. I think that was reasonably wise of me. I'm gonna run HQ. There's a small chance this is an agenda. I think I'll click for a credit here. Next turn I might go run R&D, run HQ, run archives. We'll run R&D first click just to be a little bit challenging here. Oh, frustratingly, that takes me below 4 credits, which makes me think I maybe don't want to, want to play the deep dive this turn. Alright, so I've fucked myself a little bit here. I have laundries in the list, so I might go Nuka and then try and draw, or I can take... I can just take a turn off. Yeah, they might be on biotic 4-2s with like some Ikawas to finish. That seems plausible to me. I think I might just actually take the turn off here. I definitely should legwork. I didn't want to legwork last turn because I needed a click and 2 credits to steal an Ikoa. So it's going to be like gamble legwork here. Yeah, gamble legwork feels great. With 15 cards left in the deck and only 4 points gone. They didn't PD back the first biotic. Yeah, we'll have to. Let's see if we can find where they scored for the first time. They added government subsidy, so they were pretty big. They're pretty all in on like a big deal closer, I think. I mean, legwork just has to be right here. Nuka. Cass is okay. Finally gonna ice up HQ. Gonna ice up HQ twice, so I got pretty unlucky there, I think. Actually, I sort of knew I got unlucky there. Now, as I think about it, is it too late to install the Anacam? Probably. Is it though? Well, I don't want to buy a band and install it right now, so I guess I'm just going to install the stone ship and just draw 2 at some point. Okay. Let's... I might buy a band's run archives here. I'll draw 2 cards and I'll install a card. I think I will install the Anacam here. I access them a virus. Then I get to put down the second telework and click it. So next turn, we go wheels run server 5. Yep, spin doctor. Telework, telework. Kind of just overclock HQ here. I think that's actually okay. Because it's got to be pretty beefy to actually stop me. They're not likely to actually hit me with a ganked here. 3 credits and 2 power counters. To break a brand, don't mind if I do. I might actually even use Stone Ship Chart Room for the charge effect. Probably not, but... Okay, should I actually just let this brand fire then? No. Yeah, I think I can let Unbroken Subroutines fire here. So I'm going to save this Propeller for next turn. And we'll just gamble up this turn. So next turn is run HQ. We break this brand for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So then we'll have... Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Red level, biotic, advance, advance, advance. Score an off-world. What are they adding back to their hand? Government subsidy. Man, I kind of wish I had the legwork still. But what can you do? Let's draw 2 cards here. That's perfect. That's basically why I drew 2 cards there. No, match and fully break. So now I have way more credits for this deep dive. No, match and fully break. Wow, I'm surprised. Yeah, we'll just trash that big deal. We'll dirty laundry R&D, because we need to keep our credits up. Biotic makes sense. We'll run archives. And we'll find out if we are just the unluckiest person around. Click trash. Deep dive. Oh my freaking god, we are the unluckiest person around. No. So we're going to click the telework. And we're going to figure out if we have a second propeller in this list. And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. So we're going to pay roughly $1 trillion to get into R&D here. I mean, this is an annoying way to lose, I'm going to be honest. We kind of whiffed on the R&D hits. Is double dive not worth it here? No, Solomir, because we saw all 6 cards in R&D and there's no agendas. So there are 16 points in HQ. Right? No, not. There's 12 points in HQ. And we somehow only got 2 of them off of a legwork. So we have pinhole that we can hit. And nothing else that's relevant. One, two, three, four. Triple click and continue. I honestly feel like that's my best play. Oh, I can't triple click. But you know what? There's probably not an ice, so I can let the... Oh no, I can't let the first subroutine fire because there's ice in archives. Okay. That freaking sucks. Do I just lose to biotic? I mean, I do. Oh my goodness. This is fucking brutal. If I trash the wage workers, does that do it? I only have the 1x pinhole. Oh wait, but he can't really score the Ikawas unless he's on 3 big deals. Oh, you're right, there's only 10 points left. Yes, that's a good call. Alright, this is a smaller corp. Yeah, I'm just gonna not respect Ikawa. Even though there's 2 of them in hand. It's actually a credit short on the Ikoa anyway. Install wheels just so I can triple click and go. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so if I spend 2 clicks on the tier, I can go credit, run, and not steal an Ikoa. I can go run, click, click, and steal an Ikoa. It's a Managarm on the remote too? Oh, probably. Yeah, you're right. I might have enough money to deal with a Managarm. Oh, because Midnight is not a May. It's a when you score. Can I let this drafter fire? I would like to let this drafter fire, but I guess I can't. Yeah, this being a Managarm is annoying. I actually think it might be a Mavirus. But who knows? Okay. Fair enough. So I think opponent probably wins here. And we just got a little bit unlucky on centrals. I guess we know that there would still be points in HQ there, so it's better to run HQ. I don't know why they took this. Whatever. Yeah. GG. Yeah, I guess I was supposed to run HQ there. The last card in R&D is not trashable. The only trashable card left in the deck was a Spin Doctor earlier that I trashed. On the deep dive, it was... Biotic, Brand, Drafter, Hagen, Hansei, and Spin. Yeah, I mean, basically what happened there was I think I legworked a 6-card hand with 3 agendas in it and only saw 1. And then Double Brand is a beast, and I used my first propeller incorrectly, I guess. And then didn't run HQ on this final turn. We can double check, because I think that should have been like a... let's just quickly check. So, bum 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 bum. Yeah, running HQ there's maybe not the best. I could actually maybe think about overclocking the wage workers here. I don't hate the propeller install, but I actually don't know why I don't deep dive on this turn. There's not a good 13 credits with a telework down. The play is overclock R&D and go for the deep dive, I think. I think that's like mistake number one on this turn. Like, if this is my hand and there's no cards, like there's just points in R&D, I'm only going to get 2 points off of it, but my opponent is also not super accelerated here. And that's okay. Now, amusingly, I might have whiffed on the deep dive. Yeah, I would have whiffed on the deep dive, I think. Hold on. So, here's the turn I would have deep dived. Card 1 is a hedge fund. Card 2 is a government subsidy. Card 3 is a spin. 4 is a YDL. 6 is a spin. 5 is a spin doctor. 6, oh my good, yeah, 6, 7. I think, yeah, I would have whiffed on your digital. Jesus. I mean, okay, so the game was just deciding that. Wait, and this is the turn. I probably am supposed to legwork here. Wait, I do legwork on this turn. There are 4 agendas in HQ. Oh, go back in, Jeff. Oh my goodness. So I legwork. Yeah, I legwork a 9-point hand and steal 2. And then don't go back in. They draw another 3 points and double install. I don't think setting up here was actually wrong. But I really need to be going into HQ at some point. Yeah, amusingly, I hurt my own odds of winning by making them use that spin doctor. And then they've got, they still hear, yeah, so. Wait, and then I run on HQ again, and I see one of the only 2 non-agenda cards. Okay. Okay, deck. I mean... Okay, finally see. Wait, what is this? Feels, wow. Okay, I like this beat. It's got some very what's the, I'm trying to remember the name of the band. I can't remember. Wow, okay. Yeah, so challenging this remote is just wrong, because I know that this is probably the Ikoa, right? So if I run HQ, it's 5 to break this brand. It's 7 to break this one. So that's 12. And then I can't break a Gatekeeper and steal an Ikoa, so I'm just kind of screwed. So it's just break the brand for 5. Break the brand for 3 clicks. Break this ice for 9 at the worst, and try and 1 in 4 the midnight is actually a much better line than this. Yeah, I read this as a Mavirus for some reason because I figured they would be trying to protect against Clot, but I guess they only run a single Mavirus, so that's on me. But oh well, sometimes it's very important that you don't see any agendas. But also, you know, my read was they are flooded, and then I played a legwork, and I didn't run back after getting rid of 2 of the cards in their hand. So that's more than a little bit on me. And there was also an early deep dive, though amusingly, by looking at the way their deck was stacked, I also wouldn't have stolen any points on that deep dive, which is maybe even more wild to me. But, you know, so it goes. But yeah, I don't know. How's everyone doing? It's been a kind of quiet night on the stream, but thanks everyone for turning up. Thank you. That should be all set. Doing well. Currently up far too late putting a video for new return players on what's new in the Automata initiative. Cool. I'm excited to see that. Obviously less probably relevant for me in particular, but always good to have more people making, you know, edited content, I guess. I need to actually go and finish watching Andre's Tucana ganked list, which if you haven't seen, is certainly a thing that is possible in Netrunner. And hopefully, I'm glad I haven't played against that yet. That's going to be a less than fun time, I expect. I'm kind of curious about Renwood. Like, what's your target goal with the video? Like, do you have an audience, or like I guess maybe the, like, what is the objective of the video in mind? I think it's like a question I'm always kind of interested in. Because I usually try and have some idea. So look, there's decent odds Mr. Jank would have 2 copies or double advance Antarctica there. Yeah, I don't think I had anything in my hand that I couldn't afford to lose. Which is kind of why I played it that way. Oh, that makes sense, Baramu, yeah. I have a friend that, like, I'm trying to slowly get into playing Netrunner. And they've been very eager and excited about it, which makes it, you know, a pretty easy sell. But it's like, oh, you know, I should at some point make a new player video. Because I think, like, this is genuine. Oh, I should have. Oh, no, I can't wheels and overclock at the same time. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's draw. Ooh, perfect. That's basically exactly what we want. So at some point, I'm going to want to throw down my turbine and go HQ R&D or something. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I figured that's kind of what you meant by a new player for people returning. Okay, so you're going to be focusing pretty much on what cards came in from the Automata Initiative, like what are the highlights and the lowlights, and you don't feel like you want to direct your friends to 6 hours of me and Andre discussing the competitive tier list. That's not maybe the best intro to the format. Oh wow, I was about to like discard a wheels, but okay. So I think it's gonna be Fenris versus. Oh, I know he said Sable, but I genuinely think Steve is gonna be better here. I'm gonna go Turbine. I'm gonna run HQ. We're gonna fully break Masvingo. We're going to go Creative Commission, Creative Commission. We're just going to steal the Ozef because they were flooded here. Oh, we also should have run Archive, shouldn't I? Lol. Steve is not Grug. Steve is as good as Grug. I don't know. There's going to be 2 slash and burns. Rewarded for taking my time off. Okay. Save myself a click. So I'm actually just fully genius here. We'll do another creative, I think. I don't mind trashing a virus here. I think I'll run R&D because there's no shuffle effects that can scare me here. Yes, I'll make this a code gate. Yes, I will fully break it. I would love to get a deep dive off here, honestly, but I don't get to do it. It would be super sick to get a deep dive here, though. Slash and burn. Slash and burn. Virus. And we'll hit that Creative Commission. Next turn is probably install Nuka, hit Nuka, run HQ for value, and like it might even be some like Diesel Laundry or Diesel Stone Ship. And I don't like Diesel Stone Ship that much, that's too easy. Probably install Nuka, click Nuka, and go from there. But is Grug really like Grug Brain Runner? Complexity very bad. WinCon needs help from a genius invention and music people. Play legwork. Yep. Okay, second ice is definitely annoying on HQ. Do I want to draw again here? I could see R&D for 2 credits here. I feel like that's probably okay. And probably next turn I'll look at running HQ. I think I might actually Nuka here. Because we can drop an Ngolo. Probably the overclock. Can we drop the pinhole? Probably not. Let's drop an overclock. No, I'm gonna drop the pinhole. Hey, Hank. Yeah, Kit making top 8 at UK Nats is buck wild. Are they gonna want Audacity here? Yeah, okay. So now we just need to lock R&D. Nuka. We'll run R&D. We'll fully break the Aket. I think I'm actually not supposed to break that. I don't have a way to break both of these ice if they res anything next turn. I think it's install of wheels. I'm not going to need 2 deep dives, though I'm also probably not installing the daily casts anymore. The reason I didn't trash the Spin Doctor was because if they draw a hostile takeover, I just lose. So I'm gonna click for a credit, overclock HQ, just to try and get a little bit of extra gas here. Pharos is definitely annoying here. Oh no, it's great. Never mind. My opponent resing a Pharos here is basically the best thing that could happen to me. Long term, it's maybe not the best thing that could happen to me. But on this immediate turn, it sure is. I might even just legwork here. Telework, click telework is not credit positive. Oh, so Teachling, you're correct, but all 5 of those credits were from overclock, so it doesn't actually matter. But yes, you're right. I did cost myself credits I didn't need to. Credit is the same as install. Click the telework. Do I just say you don't have it? Oh my goodness, you showed up too late, Propeller. Yeah, if they do win this turn, they got it, but if they don't, I probably win. Yeah, that's game. Ugh, I needed Deep Dive or Propeller to show up before it did. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. It's also what this is like a funny thing where I'm like, oh, I think Arasana never loses this matchup. I'm gonna finish. Let's do a little tweak on my Arasana list that I say would never lose, but is actually apparently doing quite badly. Oh right, I don't like this version because it has no money. This version is also doing terribly. Yep, that makes sense. That's not a good version. Okay, so okay, so we can free up a lot of influence by taking out some cards. We definitely want 3 Dirty Laundries. They're the best card that you can play. I think you want 2 Wheels and Bones. I really don't like DZMC Optimizer. I mean, we can play Cleaver here. Just feels pretty mediocre. Oh, this is some weird ass. Hold on, let's not ruin that list. Let's go and grab my list and edit that one. Okay, I'm gonna save this and then go back and edit it. Okay, this is felt better. The Q loop is just my pet card. There's actually 2 bones over 2 wheels. We could put in the 3rd Biobands. We could actually. I have not played the Conduit in quite a while. We could probably cut the Stone Ship as well. The Stone Ship is pretty good anti-kill tech, though. But this seems fine. I've got lots of installables. Yeah, we'll give this guy a little spin. I don't like Unity. Because you're always paying 2 to break everything. Whereas Buzzsaw, you often do just break for 1 in a lot of cases. This is a weird hand, but probably playable. I say it's a weird hand. It literally has 4 great cards in it. Yeah, basically Buzzsaw Turbine breaks every code gate in the game, which is just incredibly important. I I think actually what I can do... Well, no, we're just going to run at HQ. That's fine. Yeah, Vampira Nessa is actually one of the reasons that I'm pretty high on Buzzsaw. But in what PD matchup do you have time to get Buzzsaw Turbine in line? You have Slap Vandal for the PD matchup. And Breaking Magnet for 1 credit is, like... Breaking Magnet and then breaking second turn Gatekeeper for 1 credit is, like, is just what the whole deck is about. Oh yeah, Anika install would have been fine. I don't feel like it's super needed here, to be honest, so I don't particularly mind. This is looking like it's going to be an asset-y op. Let's just... If we're going to clear stuff out, we should just clear stuff out. Okay. I could also look at, like, actually trying to get through the Afshar here. It's probably possible and, like, maybe worth it, but... okay. We're starting to get to good places. Ooh. Now we're in very good places. So next turn is probably Cubon on the Afshar. Biobands run it. Oh, never mind. Okay. So I think it's Biobands server 2, Ari install a Hush on here. They kind of have to res, which actually leads to a really nice Cubon install here. If they don't res, I don't particularly mind. Okay, that's fine. Let's draw 2 cards and pay 4 less for install cost, because I'm only installing a 1 or a 0 credit card. Okay. So I can go Cubon, run R&D, just to try and make 2 credits. Okay, that's fine. So I could get my Gauss here, but I don't think there's much point to it. And then I'll create a commission last click. Yeah, Hush is phenomenal, and I honestly would not be surprised to see the op player trash this ice this turn if they can. So we're gonna draw. We're gonna draw. So I could go. There's lots of stuff I could do here. I think draw Lily Pad is okay. I've missed a lot of my environmental testings and my UAVs here. Just definitely unfortunate. I might have a play where I go, like, click the Hush onto the border control. So I could SMC for a Slap Vandal, but I don't think I particularly need to. A credit, run server 2 with Biobands. Okay. I will get the Gauss here, I think. let's pay 4 less for trash costs, and we're going to install a card from the grip, paying 1 less. Svidagore can go. I'm gonna go credit, laundry, archives here. Ice Wall would be enough to stop me, but it did not, so I'm okay. So I can run through that border control and R&D for free, which is not quite good enough. UAV is pretty good here. Wheels also pretty good here. My opponent's on 3 credits. I'm gonna let them get away with this here, I think. Okay, I'm gonna lose one of my Trojans here. But only kind of. Okay. This is actually where having a conduit would be very, very nice. I'm going to be honest. Okay, we're going to hush on the border control. We'll draw a card. Start the turn. We'll put back the coupon. Then we'll install a wheels. I'll run server 4. Let's run server 3 as well. I think that can stay. I'm just going to install an SMC to draw a card. Oh, Bones is great here. I'm going to run archives, throw a cube on here. This probably baits a res. Yeah. But I don't think I mind that over much. So what does my next turn look like? Really do need an environmental testing to turn up. Afshar and R&D, man, do I want the conduit back, though. Just win the game now, please. Like, I would literally be making a credit and a click going through it. Ugh. I could just go, like, It would be real nice, though. The Svidagore is actually putting quite a bit of cramp on my style, though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a weird play here where I click for a credit first. Then I'm going to Wheels Server 2. Install a program from the stack. It's going to be a Slap Vandal. And draw a card. Then we're going to cube onto the Sandstone. Yeah, HQ definitely has agendas, but they're not going anywhere, I guess, is kind of my thinking. And I've got other options available to me. Like, controlling the board is okay. Not finding a single environmental testing with 18 cards left in the stack is definitely a feels bad. We're going to probably do a fast advance here. No, it's a Spin Doctor. Interesting. Yeah, because it's like, without the Hush, running HQ is not super enticing here. What I want is basically Cubone, Hush, and my Buzzsaw down, which I'm approaching the ability to do. But Hannah run into server 2 is basically a click. Yeah. It's actually slightly better here, I think, but what I'm going to do is actually make a Hannah run on server 5, because it's effectively the same thing. I've got Bones out, so it's okay. Yeah, I can run server 2 to click for a credit and draw a card for a single action, which is pretty good. It's sort of a drip 4, which is kind of funny. So I'm going to draw. I think I'm going to Diesel here because, my goodness, my deck has just decided no fun for me today. And then I'm going to click for a credit. I'm going to discard a Clot, a Lily Pad, an Urban Art. I could discard the Buzzsaw. Well, I think discarding the Mimic makes more sense. Yeah, drawing cards in order does, it unfortunately, turn out to matter quite a bit. Yeah, like, this deck was trying to run enough econ that it doesn't need more than one environmental testing to fire, right? You've got Creative Commissions, you've got Laundries, and you've got Sure Gambles, and you've got the Cubons. It, like, happens that this particular configuration is being pretty resilient, which is annoying. Wow, holy moly. 12 cards left. Still nothing here. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw. I'm going to go, what the heck? Go ahead and install a simul chip. I'm going to install a Cubon on HQ and discard a lily pad. This is nonsense. I'm probably returning the Slap Vandal to hand here. I might even let the Afshar fire and just say I'm spending 1 on an HQ access. And just live with that. That's probably okay. Or I could return the Cubon to my hand and go +1 on an HQ access. Or I could return this Cubon to hand, install Buzzsaw, buy a band's R&D, and... Oh, I'm a little fucked. Oh, that's not the right play, though. Why are we value end of the lining? Oh, that helps me quite a bit, honestly. Okay. So... let's see, what's the play here? Yeah, HQ is flooded. Okay. HQ is probably flooded, thus the weird public trail line. The urban renewal I have plenty of time to deal with. I just don't love giving up the Slap Vandal here. But I guess I just do it, right? So, yeah, okay. So it's Bioband's HQ, Cubon on the Afshar, draw a card. Oh, that's a bummer. Then I simulchip the Slap Vandal to install a Buzzsaw, paying 1 off the UAV. I encounter the ice. I break the end the run. I let Unbroken Subroutines fire. I'm going to draw 2 cards. And I'm going to die to Snare. Let's draw and not die to Snare. Should we have used a simultaneous to Buzz before turn? We had no programs in the bin, so I wasn't super... like, we didn't actually have... any ways to should we have used a simul chip on the buzz before the turn? The reason I don't think so was because we didn't have any programs trashed, so it didn't really save us much. Wow, they still... Oh, just for the draw? Oh, that makes some sense, yeah. So I don't think I'm planning on just, like, completely rifling, here. I think I want to do something like this. I'm gonna... Hannah server 6, because that's the safe way to do this. Then I'm going to run server 3. I actually have, like, I might just boost here, assuming this is anything I can boost through. Let's see. I think boosting is correct here. So if I boost, this is 4 to break, and then 7... I'd have 3, so then I can laundry. I won't have 8. Which I actually feel like might be relevant here. So I'm going to let Unbroken Subroutines fire here, because I still have an extra turn. And they're just not really presenting credible threats. I'm going to draw. And then I'm just going to laundry HQ last click. I guess I will end up putting the Cubon down. I'm going to assume that I'm going to lose those cards this turn. Do I trash the Maryland here? Yeah, I think so. And I might just use it to put a turbine down on the table. That's going to be my last simul chip. I won't have any killer access. Okay, so I think it's just going to be... It's actually just another Cubon. So that's going to do more for me than the slap? Probably not, right? I could also just grab the Mimic, which is maybe correct. I hope I have a Trojan left in the deck. I'm actually not sure I do. Yeah, I don't. Okay. So grabbing a Trojan was probably more correct, because I'm actually going to get stuck on environmental testings here. Actually, I will pay 2 to trash here. Then we'll use wheels. Gamble. Remove a tag. And we're just going to run HQ for a credit here. GG. Yeah, Conduit would have made this game much, much easier. Oh my goodness. Uh, like, yeah, technically we didn't need it, but boy, it would have been real handy. And yeah, we're continuing my streak of Jeff versus Deck on stream. This game tells me, like, I don't care if I'm playing 46. I think I want 1x Conduit in here. I could also do the, like, sensible, cut the deep dive, go put back in a sure gamble. But this feels fine to me. Well, I'll do one more with this. And then I'm probably gonna call it a night. I don't know how I used to stream on work nights all the time. I think I know how I ruined my sleep schedule is mostly how. DJ could be worth a band's cut? Maybe. My normal hypothesis is that this isn't really a value deck because you often just conduit pile drive them. And so you care, like, a buy of bands is in theory slightly more value. But you're right. In that, if the game goes long, DJ is a ton of value, and it makes them actually want to ice HQ, which is great. I guess the way I think about it is Biobands is quite helpful against a lot of the matchups that I struggle in the most, which are tag-heavy NBN asset spam matchups. Like this one. And so, yeah, this is actually a great start now. And so DJ doesn't do a lot there, but wow, I got so lucky there. I could have just died, but so basically it's like I'd rather spend my influence to shore up my bad matchups or my deck's weaknesses, whereas I feel like if I have a game that you're just freaking kidding me. Okay. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna run server 4. Pay and trash. I'm gonna run server 2. I'm gonna trash. Okay, I actually think I want 2 bones more than I want 2 wheels. And I'm just gonna draw again. Rashida's actually okay here. A false lead is gonna get scored at some point. It's probably going on the table this turn if I had to make a guess. Yeah, it's almost certainly on the table this turn. So we're going to check. Reversed accounts. Okay. Interesting, because there's no world in which I'm trashing the Spin Doctor. Like, nothing kills me on one tag here. Mindscaping end of the line doesn't do it. Reverse counts feels a bit weird and forced there, but it's not bad. Okay. This deck isn't on Market Forces. So basically my goal here is to try and get to 10 credits so I can then go Conduit and then just run R&D. The biggest challenge with that is going to be Beholds. Is there a way I can... No, I don't have this set up properly. Okay, so I think what my plan is doing something like environmental testing, simulchip SMC, get the conduit out, and then I just need to get one more program down. So it actually might want to be the environmental testing here. As weird as that play looks, because if I can find one additional program, even like SMC for an Ika might make sense. All right. Okay. That's great. I'm gonna run archives. Is this a mistake? Yeah, this was a mistake. Thinking. Because now I get oppoed. Yeah. Draw, gain a credit, remove a tag, and the turn discard conduit. Oh, got me. Jesus. Yeah. So I drew all programs. Yeah, I mean, this would be the argument for getting the third Sure Gamble in the deck and cutting a Wheels for a second Bones. We did draw 2 Laundries and a Gamble and a Bones, which is pretty good. We didn't actually have that many bad draws. Yep, sure was a wild game. I was like getting a Bones turn 1 off of a mulligan is pretty damn good. I think I was supposed to I think I was maybe supposed to dirty laundry R&D and not archives just to minimize my chance of actually stealing an agenda, because if I don't take that second oppo research, I have actual credits and can go for my conduit dig plan. Oh, yeah, I do laundry the wage workers. Wait, was that rezzed? I didn't think that was rezzed, but that would be a fucking silly mistake if it was. Okay, yeah. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was. It was 100% rest. Okay. Yeah, so basically the difference here is if I laundry here, don't trash the wage workers, you go to, or Freddy Spaghetti goes to 9. I have, why have I down 2 credits here? Oh, I'm just making a dummy run. Why am I making a dummy run? What the heck? I'm not even... Okay, so literally just install Ika here is doing the same thing. And make no run at all is even better. Yeah, wow. That is just a... So I guess the way I was thinking about it is I have 5 cards in hand, 3 credits. You're on 7. I guess I am dead to combo. So Freddy advances reversed accounts and kills me. Yeah, I guess my plan was basically... Yeah, I guess my plan doesn't actually work there, right? So it's instead of installing this Ika, my only line is actually to draw. Discard Conduit. Install Simulchip, click 1. Run R&D, click 2. Installing the Ika from hand. Simulchipping the Ika into a conduit. Triggering environmental testing, so I go up to like 12 credits. But that doesn't actually win me the game, most likely, unless there are just 7 points on the top of R&D, because the reversed accounts line does just kill me. Well, it basically kills me. Doesn't necessarily exactly kill me. But it does, like, basically I'm popping that environmental testing for two additional credits. Going to 10 and seeing 3 cards out of R&D, which is pretty solid. So the difference on this turn basically ends up looking like, instead of being on 8, your Freddy Spaghetti will be on 10. And will probably advance the reversed accounts. The fact that I just can't contest the board anymore is pretty bad, though drawing the wheels actually would be... getting the wheels down in time would have been good. Yeah. Yeah, I also am not, like... Yeah, this is what it is. Like, this is always going to be a tough matchup for me. I'm trying to put some tech in so it's not like a 0% matchup. And, like, part of me is going, oh, Freddy Spaghetti didn't draw many agendas here. Like, it was all hits. I think I'm going to still go +1 bones, -1 wheels. Just because having access to money is more important. I have other ways of gaining clicks, even actually against... Well, maybe not so much against this style of deck. But I'm like... the deep dive I'm becoming less and less convinced about. Okay, so we're back 3 or 4 turns here. Rongi Doge, is there... I'm trying to think if there was anything in particular. That nothing has felt like a mistake. Oh, the Rashida on turn 3 was the winner. I don't think I can plausibly run that Rashida, right? With 1 click left, I don't feel like I can plausibly run it. Now, is there a way I sequence my turn better where I run the Rashida click 1? Or click, like... So, maybe the more correct play is to run Rashida, then run Wage Workers, then run Federal Fundraising. I genuinely am starting to think that letting Federal Fundraising going is just a killer for me. But, like, if I'm gonna try and trash things, right? Trashing either the SIU or the Rashida here is probably good for me. Or, like, is enough to probably help me out. Right, so it's like, this is why I have to run early in the turn. Because it's like, okay, if the Rashida does get hit, or if this is a check a Scion, right? Then my plan has to be something like, trash the Wage Workers and clear the tag. And actually, I can still trash the Federal Fundraiser there. I would be on 5. I would get oppoed, go to 1, and kind of be okay. Yeah, I do think Arslan probably doesn't have tech for the matchup. I guess I'm not sure that... Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to do is not try to get, without Steelskin or Doof or Clicks or the 419 tax. Yeah, the only other hope would possibly be getting a Lily Pad down so that it actually becomes fairly tricky to kill. But that's really hard to do. I think if I want to do that, what I have to do is suck it up. I need to play the third sure gamble. I probably just cut the deep dive entirely. And find another cut. The other option is you go back to something like this, and then you play overclocks. I'm not even that sold on Wheels. I mean, like, Wheels is quite nice. Part of me feels like I'm playing, like, I don't actually know if Biobands... I mean, draw is very good, right? Let's go look at, what was Dan's plan against it? Grug, Brain Shaper. Are we on Stone Ship? We're on Singular Stone Ship, which is... and Anacam, which are both tech, and then what are we on? We're on 2 Biobands, 2 Wheels. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's true. Without a dive, this split looks better. 3 Nuka, 3 Diesel. Yeah, maybe I need... I guess I'm sort of thinking that Biobands is... Yeah, 3 Nuka, 3 Diesel makes sense for Dan's list, for sure. I was thinking Stone Ship because it is also kill tech, right? It's like another piece of kill tech. I mean, the big thing, right, is that Dan gets to play... Dan is playing 6 Icebreakers, so he's going to have a better time. So it's like... I think my actual CO list did also have a Stone Ship. It also had a Deep Dive, and it wasn't... I forget exactly where the extra card comes from here. I think it was just mine. I think it was basically this minus a sure gamble, and like the bones wheels were reversed. And I do feel like I would probably rather have a wheels than I'd have a what's the card? A cleaver. I think that's also, I can just hope I'm going to play against one of the random 3 people. I'm probably going to be playing, just knowing how I'm playing today, I'm going to be playing against one of the lower ranked people in the team event, so they probably won't be playing any H, which is probably the most busted deck in the format. At least, you know, one of them. So I can just, like, kind of get around it that way. Yeah, there definitely needs to be a cut here. It's just difficult to figure out what it is, I think. Because we've got draw here, we've got draw here, but that's actually not that much draw. Like, it's very dependent on finding the lily pad in time. Yeah, I mean, like, this is like the... I mean, Iceless Thule, I don't mind that much. Like, Iceless Thule, I feel like you just run a couple of clicks in. Like, you just run clicks 1 and 2 and then reset and just keep going that over and over again. Yeah, I guess if I'm running all these sure gambles, like, you do something like this, and now your environmental testing start looking worse as well. Because you have fewer real targets. I mean, I can just play 46. But playing 46 with only like plus 15 draw in the deck until you get lily pad down feels hyper sus. I want a class act is what I want, probably. I also want my Earthrise back. But that's a fight I don't know. Let me go back, make the minimal. This is, I think minus deep dive is okay. I could play a single Nuka. I still generally, I'll try a Nuka. We'll play a game, and then I'll see how it goes. But I'd like to end on something resembling a good game. But we'll see if it happens. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, what this is probably saying is I should just play like Lat or Drug Brained Runner. Because, like, this list is pretty straightforward. Okay. Baram Wu. Oops. Well, let's do that one more time. Yeah. Yeah, yellow sure got... So, Andre and I did a recording of going back over the Automata initiative. Boy, yellow got a lot of good cards this set. They they really did. I think we also moved Wage Workers up to ban me, please, but then said, but please never ban this card, because if you do, it will kill Netrunner. Just as a little sneak peek. Alright, Ba I assume this is not you. Alright, I think we're gonna get Mirror Morph prisoned at something fierce here, but... this is not a great start. It's probably, like, marginally playable. I think they're 5 hours ahead. Yeah, okay, almost 3 a.m. Yeah. Alright, well this is a start. Alright, you can put the Greasing the Palm back. You get to install a card. Credit, UAV. Who needs real credits? Definitely not me. There's no way I get punished going to 0 credits with this terrible of a hand. I guess that was kind of the argument for Q-Loop in the previous iterations of the list, was that it was kind of soft draw. Oh, okay. Nuka feels okay here. That's not an MCA, actually, now that I think about it, which is good. That's an MCA now. So that's a Managarm. So it's probably just going uncontested here. I don't think I mind losing clicks hyper much. This would be credit. simul chip on the UAV. We'll discard a clot. UAV, UAV. I think it might be credit cube on HQ. Don't mind if I do, honestly. I'll click for another credit here. We're gonna pop the mirror morph. I guess we would have popped it last turn if he could score. Though I guess he's gonna score now. And then probably maybe do a restore play. Yeah, I think we have probably a restore here. So I can draw 3 and then go from here. Ooh, that's pretty much perfect. We're basically back in the game. Audacity is very good to know. Then the last click is Creative Commission. Next turn we'll probably start with a Biobands on HQ. That will get us down a simul chip. Draw, gain a credit. In advance. Okay. Let's go Biobands HQ. Let's draw 2 cards. We will install a grip, paying 1 less. I think that can stay. I don't really have... Oh wait, I can deal with the drafter. I think I might have to let this one go, though. Gamble. I guess what I do is I install the Mimic, draw. I run server 1 here. Okay, I'll put down the cube on. And I'll let Unbroken Subroutines fire. So I could simul chip the cube on for some more forward tempo, because I'm honestly in a bit of danger here, but I don't think I want to. I think I'd rather do this. Environmental testing. Run HQ. Throw down the cube on here. Draw the card. Breach the server. Let's run HQ a second time. So I want to try and fish out the agenda. I I really need a little... Oh, SMC is perfect. That's exactly what I need. Bounce. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'll be all set. I think I might be able to get the second environmental testing down here. So I go bounce, install environmental testing for 1. Install Gauss. Okay. Thinking. Okay, so if I go install environmental testing, install Gauss, 1 trigger, 2. Then I make the run SMC. I won't have enough credits. What if I... Because I need 6. I don't think I need to simul chip on this turn, though. I think I have other options. Let me make sure. So, 1, 2, 3... I'll make the 5 back. I could also not install the Gauss, right? Yeah, I don't need to install the Gauss. Okay. So I think it's environmental testing. Install... No, I need all 6 to go and get that. Oh, do I need that? 1 takes it to 2. SMC takes it to 3. Okay, no, I should be alright. So it's install Cubon here. Draw a card. Now I run server 1. Okay. This is going to be a little bit tricky. So we get the buzzsaw. Then I simul chip the SMC. Get a turbine. Fully break at Mick. And now Barenwu pops the Mick. Oh, interesting. He does not pop the Mick. I guess he waits till the end and then pops the Mick. And I still lose because I maybe was supposed to get the Hush there instead. Yeah, I think I was supposed to get the Hush instead. Oh, it's Vitruvius, not a... Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness, that was... That was quite the swing. That cost me 3 credits to get in. Oh, never mind. Oh no, I don't lose. Okay. Let's run R&D. Ablative barrier would be a disappointment here. Oh, I should be installing Peach Sao here, but I can wait till the... Okay, so I think I'm going to install Gauss. We're going to draw a card. Then I'm going to run R&D. Put down Peach Sao. Okay, and I kind of need to have the simul chip down here. I don't really want to use it if I can avoid it, but I do need to have it down. And now next turn I'm back to cooking with gas. Because I can maybe not even return the Peach Sao, I think. Okay. So I think I don't return the Peach Sao. I gain a credit. I laundry HQ. I make a run on R&D. I install a Cubon on the ablative. We're gonna draw. I'm gonna encounter the ice. I'm going to fully break ablative. Gain the click. That can stay. I think then it's just gamble. Run R&D for a clickless credit, basically. And I'm gonna run server 1. I'm gonna draw 2 cards and pay 4 less on trash costs. Basically the same as if I gotten the environmental testing down, I guess. So can't really use my simul chip here. Okay, Brain is definitely going to be annoying. Actually, it's not too bad, right? It's basically... Oh no, it's at 6. Ugh, why is it at 6? What a card. So it's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's just basically unbreakable. So this is just going to be a very drawn-out game then. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I have to run HQ, so probably legwork needs to find its way into the deck over the second bones. Or maybe over the wheels, honestly. Maybe that's the right play. Because, like, credits I need a lot. Clicks I can probably find. But it might just be this deck is actually hot garbage. And I'm coming around to that idea. So clicks for 3 there. Okay. So we're definitely going to get bones down. Gonna run HQ. Pishasau. The Drafter. Draw a card. Breach the server. Steal Luminal. Let's go. And then... I think I hit creative here. And next turn I might even not bounce the anything. I probably should, because it's just an efficient way for me to generate environmental testing triggers. It's like bounce Pishasau, install Ika, make a run on server 1. After I pass everything, put the Pishasau on Drafter, trash the MCA, trash the Spin Doctor, trash the Calvin, I think. Oh, Wheels is good here. So what I actually do is I make the run on the Spin Doctor first. Then I make the run on server 1. Fully break Magnet. I then use Arasana, install Pishasau on the Drafter, approach the ice, I encounter the ice, I fully break the Drafter, I gain my click back. Wait, this is the first time I've used Pishasau this turn. So, no. Oh, that's a funny bug, actually. Wait, am I supposed to? During a run. Yeah, I think that's just a JNet bug. Okay. So probably a Mick here. Okay, we're gonna make a wheels run on server 1. Okay, there's my conduit. A little bit too late. So I think my plan is just run HQ a couple times here. And try and clear it out. Because there's going to be points somewhere in that hand. Apparently there's not going to be clicks anywhere in that hand. That is a real bummer for me. So I think that's all 3 simul chips down. Oh no, I still have a simul chip left in there. Oh, I should have been drawing for that. I still have opportunities to draw for that, so it's not too bad. I can't run archives because there's a virus in archives. There's probably... Oh no, it's not in archives anymore. That's probably the Mick. But I think we have the hush answer that we need there. I'm gonna draw. Oh, perfect. Perfect? Is that what I said? Okay. Now I'm going to use wheels to make a run on the remote server. If this is a Mick, I'll be okay. If it's a Bran, I'm going to be a little put out. 7 is really fucking rough. Yeah, okay, maybe I just don't... I need a better breaker for Bran. Maybe that's just why I have to be playing Cleaver. Okay, I have no Dirty Laundries left, 1 Sure Gamble left, so I'm bait and 1 Creative Commission left. Maybe my play is actually to simulchip the Gauss. Oh, I also have 2 Cubons left in the deck. No, 1 Cubon left in the deck. Ugh. So, if I draw the last Cubon, my play ends up probably being simulchip Gauss to get it to strength 6 and blitz through everything. I'd love to get Diesel into my last thing, but man, this is... Spending 7 to break a brand is debilitating, to be frank. I didn't exploit the ablative the turn... wasn't able to really exploit the ablative the turn it went down. I think I'm just going to triple click through this brand here. Seems like the most efficient way to get through it. Yeah, I think it's my turn from now on is just wheels, run the remote. Actually, yeah. Yeah, if this is a Ikawa, I'm very sad. Okay. Man, this has just been a tough night. Yeah, I mean, that was, yeah. Yeah, hey, Power Amwu. That's, Yeah, good game. Ugh. No, I'm definitely tilted, so you got me pretty good there. Um... Man. let's do it. Let's do like so. Like knowing it's an Ikoa, like there's roughly a dozen lines for me to get, not roughly a dozen, but there's a couple lines that get me in there. Um, oh, did I forget to fucking record that one game? The one game I actually want to go back and watch. Ugh. Did I leave it? I did leave it. Is it still up by any chance? Oh, it is. Thank you. Let's see if I can do save replay. No, it's all good. No, I mean beating like. Okay. I'm just gonna also do bug. Just to be extra sure. Cool. Stats. Alright, let's... I guess I'm going to leave and hope that the save replay worked. Oh, this link should also have it. Give me a second to get my GitHub credentials. Actually, here, I'm going to do this in a different way. Copy the link. I'm going to go and do it in a different browser. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to take this, post it, go here. Oh, that's not any good. All right, well, I'm going to leave and hope. Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's do some review, because I've been saying I need to do some review, and this is a great game to review. Okay. Turn 1. I do this... the generally good thing against HP, which is just run, click 1. My mulligan is definitely a little rough into, like, my 3 redundant pieces, but I at least get to see them this game, so that's something. Like, I don't feel like I've made huge mistakes so far. I hit the Rashida, not the off-world. That's, you know, it is what it is. Off-world goes right in the remote. Laundry. Gamble. Oh, creative. I guess there wasn't a way to score the off-world there. Yeah, I just kind of don't have the... I sort of miss on my tools, but it's not that unlikely that I miss. Like, a magnet does stop me most of the time there. I think not trashing the Spin Doctor starts to look kind of suspicious to me. Oh no, I do trash this Spin Doctor. I run back into HQ. And then draw a card, because SMC now gets me into the remote. Okay. So I was thinking, do I use the simul chip here? And I don't. So my line is environmental testing. And I was like, I don't have enough credits. I need to get 2 zero cost installs, so I have to install the Cubon. Then I make the run. I do SMC, get the Buzzsaw, get the SMC. Now, I could also get the Hush here. The difference of getting the Hush is I don't lose the click into Mick. So I don't lose to Ikoa. So it's arguably a better play. But I'm just going to say you don't have the Ikoa, you don't have the exact 7 points you need on turn 8. Which is actually pretty slow, to be honest, like for my deck to be struggling this much. And I don't have time to get the SMC down, so you get to 6, which is very bad. Yeah, the thing I realized, it's like maybe in retrospect, because Mick is a card, I'm supposed to put the Cubone on the drafter instead, because I'm always going to have enough money, but keeping the Cubone alive actually makes a huge difference this game. Like, this is like a small thing, but I actually think if I put the Cubone on the drafter, that's maybe enough for me to, like, really swing the game. Because, basically, I missed 2 credits on the UAV, I missed the credits on running the ablative barrier. And actually, I think I was supposed to... I'm, like, trying to keep this Pichasau up so I can get UAV credits, but I think I should just... Oh no, I know the top of R&D is safe, so actually this Dirty Laundry is... Oh no, the Simul chip makes some sense. Yeah, I think this is okay. It does mean I have to awkwardly click for a credit here, which is definitely not ideal. This Baya is a bit weird in retrospect, because installing Miss Bones is just much better. That's definitely a misplay. Bran is very annoying for me there. It's like possibly the worst ice for me. Like, it's very bad for my deck. Okay, so Ikawa goes through. We've got... Oh no, Ikawa's in the archives right here. Wheels goes. Get the drafter, and I run HQ. And whiff. Overwrite. Wheels goes, clears out the Spin Doctor. I run HQ and whiff. So I've had a good number of whiffs here, to be honest. I whiff again. Actually, wait, how many clicks do I have here? Only the one. There is maybe a line where I'm supposed to just simulchip Gauss here, but I don't think that could be right. Yeah, this is tough. Like, I don't have a good way of dealing with Bran. Yeah. Yeah, so the line is supposed to be, if I think this is an Ikawa project, I can just simulchip anything here and get the Cubone. And then that keeps me in the game. Now, it's also funny, because when I look back at this game, right, this is like a subtle thing, but like stupidly important. it turns out, because this game is literally decided by a credit, and there's I make a couple of mistakes. One is putting the Cubone in the wrong place. And then also on this turn, one of these turns, I Biobands the remote. No, it must have been, yeah, it's earlier than this. It's got to be what, like this turn? What's the turn I buy a band's the remote? Yeah, it's this turn. Okay. Yeah, so here I'm supposed to pay one less for Miss Bones, because that is more than the 4 credits I'm going to get. It's a guaranteed install trigger that's going to pay for trashing anything here, and it saves me 2 credits that I end up using later in the game. Right, because I actually just hard install Miss Bones here, I think. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter hugely then. I thought this was 2 credits I didn't make. Oh, it would be 2 credits I didn't make, because I would have, instead, I would still have credits on this UAV to install the Pisha Sao. Yeah. Okay. So, like, but yeah, and then there's also just on the final turn, I don't need to lose this way. I put the Cubone on the wrong ice when I know I'm going to have a million credits. There's no ice that stops me, but Mick does stop me from gaining credits. And on this turn, so I guess, right, it's like, it's worth me thinking about, okay, how do I actually lose if I use my last Simul chip this turn? If I say, Simul chip, it's tricky because it's all breakers, and getting rid of my turbine feels very suspect. Though the turbine is basically saving me 2 credits tops. I could also just say there's no drafters on the table, so maybe I just let the Mimic go, right? So I trash the Mimic, get the Cubone. If it's an Ikawa, I win the game. And if it's a 2-pointer, the turn becomes Purge. I then run HQ a bunch and hope that wins me the game. And I have 4 shots at the points in HQ. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a couple small mistakes, but it's also like... And then also not having a good answer to Bran is tough. And yeah, it's like, oh, if I have my second Cubone running this whole game, maybe that's actually like always look for earlier mistakes, because they're gonna have a huge snowball effect. And like, if I start this turn, and I have a Cubone here, right? So I go in, I steal the Vitruvius, and then I have a Cubone on this drafter, and then Ba Wu scores. I bounce the Cubone back to my hand, so there's 2 credits on UAV, and I can probably just install Gauss and run R&D, and I'll have my full breaker suite out. I'll see the top card of R&D. Ba Wu is a good enough player that he will shuffle the Spin Doctor in, so I only get a single access. How do you feel about Takobi over Turbine? Yeah, it doesn't make a difference for Gauss. If I'm worried about a lot of HB, then I would rather... Then, like, it is probably correct to play Takobi Cleaver. Right? So... Like, that's it. To me, it's like, what matchups am I actually teching for? And like, I'm trying to tech for asset matchups with this build, but like dropping a Bones, swapping in a Cleaver for a Gauss, and then you swap the Turbine over to the Takobi, and most of the time you're fine. I think Turbine is nicer against Buzzsaw Mimic against HB. It's just that your brand matchup is so bad that it might just be like unsalvageable. It would almost make me want to play Propeller instead, to be honest, because I can at least break brand twice for 3 credits. And then I break it for clicks other times with like Pisha Sao and Slap Vandal maybe. Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's Cleaver to Kobe against Bran or bust basically, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know that I could consistently commit like 2 simul chips or like a simul chip to breaking a brand 4 times. So like a brand on R&D is always going to pose a real problem for this deck unless I go back to deep dives. Though going back to a single deep dive is maybe fine for this matchup because like that also provides an alternate win condition for me on this turn, on the final turn, where like, if this is my final turn... Oh no, I'm on 2 credits. Nothing is saving me here, but... Yeah. I don't know, I might, like... Turbine Propeller is gonna be, I feel like, pretty solid. Yeah, I guess the question is how often do you have to deal with Brand and Clotlock against a single deck? Yeah, and it's like, against HB, maybe that is the problem. And yeah, otherwise you can just chip the Gauss. That's true, and I can just chip the Propeller. It's like, oh, I chip them in the same situation. So to me, the question is almost, how many games do I want to have? Because yeah, there is the turn, like, there's a turn where if you don't install Advance here, I can just chip the Gauss, install Conduit, and see a lot of cards. But I don't know. Okay, well, I stayed up much later than I intended to. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you got to enjoy yet another Salty Jeff stream. And I will see you all. I'm not streaming this Friday or next Friday, but I will see you the Friday after that. So that's going to be, I think, the first Friday in December, maybe. So I should actually let me make sure the dates are right for that. Yeah. So it'll be that Friday, December 1st will be my next stream. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all then. Have a good night.